She gave me a concussion, and now she's acting like I'm the bad guy for wanting a divorce. After she threw a box at my head from across the room, after I spent 8 days with concussion symptoms, after years of insults and threats, she says I'm the one who isn't trying. Now she's scheduling marriage counseling, telling me I have to be willing to make it work, and somehow I'm being accused of wanting to destroy our family. So I need to ask, am I the asshole for wanting out? This all started after work one evening. I came home and did what I normally do. I cleaned the kitchen for about 2 hours, washed dishes, picked up the living room, put my daughter to bed. Then I went into the living room to play with my son while still tidying up around me. At some point, I walked into the kitchen to throw away a diaper. The second I stepped in, my wife started shouting at me. She accused me of not doing anything since I got home. That hit hard. I literally just spent hours cleaning and taking care of the kids. So I asked her what she meant. I calmly outlined everything I had been doing. Then I left the room and started walking up the stairs toward the living room. And that's when it happened. From about 15 feet away, she threw a sealed cardboard box at me. It weighed around 2 pounds. She threw it at full force. It hit me in the side of the head. I was dazed immediately. I turned around and confronted her, asking why she would do that. She kept yelling. No concern, no apology, nothing. I was upset and in a lot of pain, so I went to sit with my son and just tried to process what had happened. About 45 minutes later, the headache was getting worse. I started having issues with the muscles on the right side of my face and jaw. That's when I knew something wasn't right. I handed her our son and told her I needed to go to the ER. I ended up spending the night in a hotel. The next day, I started contacting resources and scheduling follow-up medical and mental health appointments. The headache lasted 8 days. 8 days! I had a wide range of concussion-related symptoms. I missed over a full week of work. I dealt with bizarre cognitive issues and struggled emotionally while trying to recover. Since then, I've been keeping my distance from her. But here's the part that makes this worse. This wasn't some isolated moment. For the last few years, I've been dealing with regular emotional abuse, insults, constant belittling, threats of divorce. This was probably the 6th violent incident in the last 7 years. It's the first time she used an object. And I can't stop thinking about this. What if it had been something heavier? What if it had broken my skull? I'm genuinely concerned about what happens next time, and I'm not willing to wait around to find out. She has no diagnosed mental health disorders, but when she gets angry, she loses control, and it feels like it's escalating. She refuses to apologize for anything, ever, even after a diagnosed concussion. The only thing she said about this event is, "You know I didn't mean it. I can't aim that well." That's it. Over the last week, I've basically been living in a dark bedroom, listening to audiobooks between naps, avoiding her as much as possible because I don't have the mental or emotional capacity to handle arguments. Last night, I finally told her the truth. I told her I've been walking on eggshells around her for the last year. I told her I'm not comfortable being around her, and I don't see any way to mend this relationship after what happened. I don't think I can ever emotionally open up to someone who injured me. Her response? She scheduled marriage counseling, and she keeps saying I have to be willing to make it work for counseling to be effective. She doesn't seem to understand that this isn't something that will ever be water under the bridge. She destroyed what little was left of our relationship. And honestly, there wasn't much left. We haven't had physical intimacy in 2 years due to medical complications from the pregnancy and birth of our son. She refuses any physical contact. I've already been struggling with the idea of living this strange celibate lifestyle just to maintain a stable home for our kids. Now I'm struggling with something bigger, safety. I've been open about this with close friends and mentors. They all tell me the same thing. Domestic violence rarely just stops. And I want better for myself. I want better for my children. So I decided to pursue divorce. Part of telling so many people was to force my own hand. I knew if I kept it quiet, I might back down out of shame or embarrassment. I told my therapist that my goal is to navigate toward leaving, but I'm having a hard time. I'm struggling with the idea of tearing my family apart. I'm thinking about my 4-year-old daughter constantly. Today, she was unusually sweet, wanted to sit with me. When I refused, she accused me of being the asshole. She accused me of not wanting to try. I feel manipulated. I feel like my desire to be the peacemaker, the nurturer, is being twisted against me. When I said that out loud, she got offended and accused me of wanting to destroy our family. This entire experience has been surreal. I've never dealt with emotional or physical abuse in a relationship before this. So now I'm questioning myself. Am I the asshole for refusing to open up to her? Am I wrong for not wanting to participate in couples therapy because I'm afraid of being manipulated? Should I ignore my emotions completely and stick to what I know intellectually, that I need to leave? After sharing this, I was overwhelmed by support. Most people said the same thing: trust your instincts. I've decided to stick to my intuition and move on from this relationship. My biggest concern now is my children. I hadn't really thought through what might happen to them if she no longer has me as an outlet for her anger. This afternoon, I spoke to a highly recommended attorney. She agreed to represent me. We're filing for a protection order. I'm grateful for the clarity and support I've received, but this is still one of the hardest decisions of my life. So I'm asking you, am I wrong for choosing safety over trying? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want more real stories like this, subscribe to Story Vault.